I particularly respected a lot within our few meetings. Our panelists, Dr. Muhammad A. Bello, Dr. Farida Abuki, Dr. Usman Bala, and my most respected professor, Danjuma, the boss of the university, my provost, Dr. Joshua Difa, the Deputy Provost, College of Medical Sciences, Mala Muhammad Wali, respected deans and directors, head of departments, students, colleagues, secondary school students, members of the public, good morning to you all. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this particular program, the Science Festival and Neuroscience Outreach, organized by Teaching and Research in Natural Sciences for Development in Africa. I would like to take just a few minutes to give us a highlight, even though my senior colleague is going to be on his way very soon, the Commandant of Narcotics. They are having a day-long program, and of course, he had to go and attend to other programs. But within a few minutes, I will give us an overview of what TREND is and what we stand for before he takes his leave. TREND simply refers to Teaching and Research in Natural Sciences for Development in Africa. And it is formed by a group of motivated people across the globe that came together. Tom Biden, Lucia, and Professor Sadiq. They met in United States of America in around 2004 or so, and they felt there is need to form an organization that will help the next generation of scientists. And over the years, many people have joined the network, and it has become an expanded organization that not only help people in Africa, but anywhere in the world in order to achieve scientific relevance. And of course, there are a lot of collaborators in Nigeria. Some of us are here when we started, and then of course, there is Professor Danjuma that is sitting here with us, who served as our mentor when we all started. And of course, this was the Neuroscience Conference in 2014, where we met with a lot of other collaborators of TREND. Yusuf is currently in Massachusetts Institute of Technology, US. Abdul Basit is in Portugal. Here is Yunusa, Dr. Sharif also from ABU Zaria, who's supposed to be here. Unfortunately, he lost his son. And then, of course, there, Mahmoud Bukar Maina, who was the first outreach coordinator, and then a lot more. And there are a lot of partner institutions across Africa and the globe. And some of them are here. TREND have helped them in order to establish laboratories. The recent one is the BioRCT Research Lab, established by Mahmoud Maina in Yobe State University. And of course, we have our neuroscience lab here at the College of Medical Sciences, which was established. And the basic idea is to promote neuroscience education and research in the sub-Saharan Africa. And we started this by doing outreach to secondary school students. We went across different states of the Federation, and this is our first outreach that was held in Gombe High School. And fortunately enough for us, most of the LOCs that organize this program, some of them are here. Then they were in their SS1 and 2, and currently some of them are in 600 level MBBS. Some have graduated as pharmacists, engineers, and lots more. And then we went to Jos Plateau State, we moved to Yobe, Ilorin, and a lot of other places. And in 2017, we felt the need to organize Science Festival in order to bring out the best from secondary school students. And of course, it gladdens me to say that some of the people that presented exhibition here are currently also members of the LOC of this particular program that organizes the science exhibition as well as the Brain Bee Neuroscience quiz competition. And of course, in 2022, we still went back to some secondary school, told them about the manners of drug abuse and addiction, and then the misconception about mental health. And of course, still in 2023, we felt that this time around we are not going to the secondary schools, let's go to markets. And here are some of the LOCs that went to the Gombe main market in order to highlight the dangers of drug abuse and the need to keep our mental health status better. Of course, why the need for public engagement? There are a lot of misconceptions that exist about mental health. A lot of people attributed some mental health disorders to spirit and vice versa. So there is this misconception. People don't know what neurological disorders are, what are the issues that are related to spirit, and then what are the things. In fact, at some point, some people will be taking drugs and it will be misconceived as a particular neurological disorder. And as such, we felt that there is a need to have a discourse in order to come and address some of these issues for the betterment of the society. And of course, this is due to poor management strategies. And of course, at some point, some government policies also affect the management of mental health disorders. Like for instance, some of the health insurance scheme don't capture mental health disorders as part of their coverage. And these mental health disorders, some of them are for lifetime. When a patient is being affected with one or two of them, the treatment and management is for lifetime. Why can't he enjoy the privilege of somebody that has other disorder? The disorder of the brain is also the same thing as disorder of the heart. It's a disease that usually affects the body system. So there is need for change in direction and policy making. And of course, the northern Nigeria has been affected with the menace of drug abuse and addiction over the years. And of course, recently we have banditry cases in the northwestern Nigeria. And this has been attributed to a lot of drug abuse and addiction. And of course, the survey that was conducted on drug use in 2014 suggested that almost 14.4% of our growing youth population up to an adulthood are engaged in drug abuse. And of course, the rate of growth of drug abuse in Nigeria is 5 times more than the global estimated prevalence rate, which suggested that by 2030, it means that almost 40% of Africans will be affected with this. And this is really a disturbing issue that needs to be addressed, and there is need to have different people to come on board in order to address this menace. Hence the need to bring together policymakers, people from the academia, regulatory agencies, traditional rulers, students, and members of the community in order to address this menace that is affecting our society. And at last, before I step down, I would like to extend our gratitude to the International Brain Research Organization. They are the funders of this particular project. And I must say, in 2019, we organized the African Science Literacy Network with Maina, Katie, and a lot more, where we trained 35 scientists and 35 journalists on reporting of findings in higher institutions. And we felt that most of the research ended up in academic journals, and members of the community don't tend to understand what we are doing in the university. Of course, the business people assist their counterpart with little stipends that they can help them to grow. We as academics, how can we help the community? It's through public engagement, translating what we are doing. So we really thank the VC, the founders of Trend, resource persons and panelists that came here in order to be with us, our guests, the students, and then more importantly, our team of members that see to the success of this particular program. Here are the people that received awards in 2017. And today we are going to have a new set of people, and we do hope in the next 5 years, this new set of people will come and organize another program for another set of people so that it will be continuous. So this is where we anticipate a future where a primary school student will enter a lab, conduct a research, and tell the public what he has found in the laboratory. So thank you very much.